Okay, so hello, I'm doing a massive book haul today. I have a pile of books that I've been collecting over the last like 6 months or so, but I didn't really have enough to do like a book haul, and I feel like there's enough now to do a book haul. So I don't know whether I'll do another book haul for this year just because I'm going through a really bad financial state and ill health and everything, so we'll see. But so this is my book haul. So the first book that I got is this is a lady on TikTok called Dr. Julia Smith who I follow. She's really good with mental health and stuff, and she brought out a book called Why Has Nobody Told Me This Before? So of course, as soon as it was released, I got it because I just thought it would be a really good book with my mental health and with everything I've been through and losing mum and everything. So, and it goes over about things that you can kind of do and exercises and changes and failure and stuff. So, I thought that was, and then setting goals and stuff. So, and then you get little bits like that. So I thought this would be a really, really good book, and I do recommend it to anybody who has really bad anxiety, depression, mental health illnesses, or who struggle to cope with grief or manage their emotions. I really highly recommend this because it is really, she explains it so well, especially if you have like hidden disabilities or learning disabilities where it's hard to understand some information. She explains it so well that I just think you won't need any other book for this. So I highly recommend. And of course, I like the fact that she's gone with a colourful theme as well. So while you've got, yes, it's kind of a book there to get you to feel about your emotions, but we've got some colour on there. The next book I'm going to talk about is one that I picked up from a charity shop, but it's not a UK edition, it's American edition. And I picked up quite a few like American editions where I reviewed two of them on my channel, which was the Royal Vampire series that I'm kind of reviewing. But this one is called Angel Fire by Courtney Allison Moulton. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right, but here's the cover. This is the first book in, I think it's either a trilogy or a duology where there's just two books, and this has got a lot of angel themed stuff in, and powers and creatures hunting her, killing her. It really reminds me of the it's filled with a lot of action and romance as well. This really reminds me of the series, can't remember for the life of me, like City of Bones and stuff by Cassandra Clare, because they did a series for Netflix that I'm currently watching. I'm on season 2. So it kind of gives me a lot of those vibes with that. And again, the cover is really, really pretty. I think like Canada and the US has better book quality kind of thing, because I haven't seen or heard of this in the United Kingdom. And yeah, I just feel that Canada and the US do get a lot of better books, more variety out there, a lot of better covers as well, I personally think. So that's, I'm kind of looking forward to reading this one. I haven't got the second book, but it is, I did double check, it is on Kindle, so if I want to continue, I'll get the second book on Kindle. So the next one I'm going to talk about was released around about Christmas time. It's really late to kind of haul it, but I wanted to haul it anyway. But I'll probably get around to reading it this Christmas, as I haven't really got a lot to do, and it'll be the second Christmas without mum and everything. And this is Stay Another Day by Juno Dawnson. I'm really sorry if I haven't pronounced that right or correctly. I was in the middle of reading Clean by her, but I haven't finished that one yet. And this is basically themed around Christmas time, three secretive siblings, two hot house guests. This one juicy secret. This Christmas there will be some big surprises under the tree. This is going to be a really perfect Christmassy read for getting in the mood for Christmas, and the cover is kind of Christmas related. So that's really good to kind of see that, and obviously I'll read it when this Christmas comes about. But no, again, really pretty covers and stuff, and the inside on the jackets is just snowflakes, so that is really cool. So yeah, this is all to do with like a Christmas story and stuff, so I can't wait to get into that one. Okay, the next thing I got is not a book as such, but it's kind of I was trying to get into planning and journaling for my mental health and type of thing, but due to setbacks and stuff, I haven't been able to like do it with my ill health and being diagnosed with a medical condition. So I haven't really had the motivation to do that, but I got this planner off Amazon, which is a legend planner, which is a 90-day planner. It's brand new in hard edition, and I got it in like the pinky rose gold because a lot of the other colours were quite deep colours, and I wanted a colour that would kind of, you know, make me happy and encourage me, and it's got such a lovely design on it, and the back is just plain. But these planners, this is in the colour rose gold, but these planners have a lot. I couldn't afford the bigger edition one, so I just had to get the 90-day one. But I highly recommend these because these seem really good. So there's that. The next one I'm going to talk about is a spacey kind of themed book. I saw it ages ago when it came out, but I never bought it brand new or anything. It's only come out in hardback, so it's not come out in paperback or anything, but this is kind of like a spacey love story, and it reminds me of Glow, Spark and Flame by Amy Catherine Ryan. So we've got Chasing the Stars, and I can't pronounce the name, so I'm just going to show you, but it's such a beautiful cover. And again, I found this in the charity shop for £2. So this is like a star-crossed kind of lover story. And they're kind of like on space, so I thought this would be a really good kind of spacey read, as I really love space and science. So there's that one. The next book that I got was the CBT workbook, just because I've been recommended and really should have had it done on the NHS, but they won't give it to me, so I'm kind of having to do it off my own back. So I've kind of got the CBT workbook, and I'm hoping again this will help with my mental health and my other illnesses and stuff like that. So at the time I did pay a lot because it was $16.99, but I thought that it would kind of help, and it gives you like exercises to do and stuff, so it really goes in there with your feelings and emotions and one thing and another. So hopefully when I start getting better again and I start getting stable again, I should be able to do this. Okay, the next book was recommended on TikTok. It kept coming up on TikTok, and a lot of people were doing it and then either keeping it or burning after writing. So I was like, I really want to have a go. This seems really cool. And it really asks you questions and gets you to tell the truth, kind of thing about it. So I was kind of debating about whether to take this onto TikTok and make this just like a little series for my TikTok, just so I had some content to put on and stuff like that. But it's about how, like, you know, how truthful you can be and stuff and push your limits. So this is Burn After Writing by Sharon Jones. It's such a pretty book. It's such a really pretty book, and everyone was boasting about this at one point, so I was like, have to get it. And yeah, and you just be really truthful. And let me give you an example I can get the cards out, the cards and the receipts. If I had to sing one karaoke tune in a crowded bar of strangers, my song would be the full names of my children today, born or otherwise, the song of the main theme of the movie of my life, the one word I would use to describe the relationship with my father, the advice that has shaped me the most, the one word I would use to describe the relationship with my mother, the biggest hole in my life was left by. I like this one. If I was given £10,000 today on the condition that I couldn't keep the money for myself, I would. And that really gets you thinking. So, yeah, I think that with this one, I'm going to take this book when I'm feeling better and ready onto TikTok and make it like a series, just so I have content. And then probably afterwards, I'll probably do like a TikTok of actually burning it as well. So that'll be exciting. So I will include the link to my TikTok just in case if anyone does want to follow it for the Burn for series, Burn After Writing series. The next book is Nemesis, I believe, by Brendan Riches. This is an ex-library copy. They had a sale where they were selling books for 20p. It is a teen young adult, so I picked this up, and this is, I think the thing that sold me was the back, but also for the fans, fuller fans for the Maze Runner and the 100, and I absolutely love the 100, and I have them all on DVD. And I binge watched it when we had Amazon Prime, and they were all on there. So Mia was 8, and every 2 years on her birthday, she is murdered by the same man in cold blood. But hours later, she wakes up in a clearing just outside her hometown, alone on her, and with all the evidence of the crime erased. So this sounds really good, like a thriller type of mystery thing. This is based with 2 characters. So you've got Min and Noah. Across the valley, Noah just wants to be like everyone else, but he's not. Nightmares of murder and death plague him too, though he does his best to hide the signs. So it sounds like that these 2 characters are entwined somehow, and there's a mystery to be solved. So this is the second book, I believe. So I did borrow the first one from the library. Just because obviously I'm going to need to read the first one in order to understand the story the best. Sorry, this is a trilogy, so this is the second, and then there's the first, and then there's the third. So yeah. So the next books I'm going to be talking about is A Kiss in the Dark by Kat Clark. Can Love Survive the Biggest Lie of All? So these are about two people who love each other, who form a relationship, and when Alex meet Kate. So yeah, so it's basically about a love story kind of entwined with some secrets that threaten to ruin their relationship and even their lives. So this is a standalone novel, I believe, and I believe Kat Clark has done other books as well, Torn, Undone, and Entangled. Yeah, but this is just a standalone, and then her other books are just kind of down here. The next book is an adult book fantasy, but I kind of really liked the story of it because it's got a lot of vampires, werewolves, and witches. Really reminded me of when I was reading the blurb in the library before I bought it, a lot like the Vampire Diaries and stuff. Didn't realise the cover was cracked. But anyway, this is Red Blooded by Amanda Carlson. I've borrowed the other ones. This is an ex-library edition, and I've got one on Kindle because they didn't have the first one or they couldn't find it. So I just borrowed the ones they had and then got the ones on Kindle. This is book 4, so it's basically like an adult fantasy with a lot of action packs. So I'm kind of really looking forward to reading it. And I feel like this could have been a teen, but each chapter has a cute little moon on it. And it seems like such a short read as well. So yeah, I can't wait to dig into that one. The next book that I have is The Dark Glamour. I believe this is the second book in a trilogy, and the other two are available at the library on the kind of thing, and this is by Gabriella Pierce. This is kind of like a adult fantasy kind of book with witches and mother-in-laws and stuff like that, and falling in love. So Park Avenue is the first book, just trying to grab bits off the back. So I'm kind of, I don't know if I'll enjoy it or not, because it's not something that I would kind of go for, but because they were selling their, oh, so this is the second one, I was right, so Park Avenue is the first. Just because this kind of thing isn't something that I would pick up, but because they were selling their books off for 20p each, and I got 4 for 80p, I was like, why not? So I kind of got that, and it only looks like it's barely been handled or read. So yeah, I'm kind of interested to get into this one. But if I'm honest, that one's not on my top priority to get into this one. This one came out last year, and I begged and begged mum to get it for me on the release day. And I think, yeah, I think because like I would put towards shopping and one thing and another, help out with bills, and she said just put the money down so you can get it on the release day. So I got it on the release day because it was only $7.99, which wasn't a lot, and because I loved reading, and well, I still love reading, that's my passion. Mum was very supportive of it, and I was so excited to have this book because I'd seen on Instagram the run up to it, the how everyone was raving about it, and this is Wicked Little Deeds by Kat Ellis. The cover is absolutely stunning. I fell in love with the cover first. And the bit at the bottom, the rumours don't add up, but the bodies are starting to. Wow. I do believe this is a novel, so it's not got, at the moment, it's not got anything followed to it. There's How Old Lake she's done, but I don't believe that's linked to this at all. So I'm kind of really looking forward to it, and it sounds, again, reading the back of this gives me the vibes of, and I've probably got it completely wrong just because I'm not used to doing these type of videos, but One of Us is Lying was a series, and there's a new one coming out on the 1st of September called, I can't remember for the life of me, but it's by, if I can pronounce it right, Karen M something. But she did One of Us is Lying, Two Can Keep a Secret, One of Us is Next, You'll Be the Death of Me, The Cousins. She's got a new one coming out on the 1st of September. She's currently doing a giveaway on Instagram, so if you go and give her a little follow, you can enter her giveaway and win an art copy. I can't wait for that, but I've been watching One of Us is Lying on Netflix, so I could be wrong, just because I haven't really read too much into this. I just saw it and wanted it and got it. So yeah, so it kind of gives me the whole One of Us is Lying kind of vibes, possibly with a little bit of Pretty Little Liars, I don't know. Okay, the next one is that I have the other two books. This is a novel, so this is not linked to the Deck of Omens or the Devouring Grey, so it's not linked, so it's a standalone, but the cover was absolutely gorgeous, and that is what sold me on it. When I went and got it from Waterstones a few days after it was released, while I was still well, I went to the teen section and it wasn't in there, and I went and asked, so it's not, because I thought it was a young adult kind of book, but it's not, it's in the adult section. But this is the Drowning Summer, and the cover is absolutely stunning. It's absolutely beautiful. I have no idea what this was about. I was mainly sorry. I was mainly sold on that by the cover and kind of the blurb, and obviously there's been a lot of with this book, Titan Books, who were on Instagram, were doing a lot of pictures and stuff and blurbs, so I was kind of sold on that matter of it. Okay, this next book I got when we went shopping. Mainly, this is kind of a mystery, kind of really dark, and I was in a really, really dark kind of mood. Um, and this is basically, there's a young woman who's been attacked across the city. Well, they're women, but they all look similar to her, and that was what sold me on it, because it reminded me a lot like the Triangle film kind of stuff. And she's kind of being stalked and stuff. So reading the back and everything, I was kind of sold on it. And it's, I can't pronounce the name, so I'll show you the cover. But Last One to Die, if looks could kill, should be dead already. So I believe this is YA, and this is the author's name for those that are interested. Just because if I can't pronounce, I'd rather show. And again, this is a novel, so there isn't one. I don't know if Head Girl will be linked to it, because it says read on for a sneak peek of the next Chill and Read Head Girl. So I'm not sure if that is linked or not, but this is definitely a YA. And again, this was raved about quite a lot. And I think when it starts getting into winter again, I'll pick up the more darker books, just because it's starting to get summery. So I kind of want light reads at the moment and stuff like that. Okay, the next book, the title sold me on it more than anything. And where there's smoke, there's a liar. So again, it reminds me of a lot like One of Us is Lying and stuff like that again. And this is Lies Like Wildfire. And the author's name is just here. And they basically, they want to have fun, they want to live and types like that, but they start a wild forest fire that ruins their home and their town, and it leaves deaths in their wake, and they can't get it under control. So it's kind of, just by reading the back, I'm absolutely in love with it, and I can't wait to read it in the winter when it's raining and cold. I think I think a lot of these books, because I'm having a really bad reading slump at the moment, I've just got to find the right book and I'll be really into it again. So yeah, I was so excited when I found this one and I read the back, because I was like, forest fire, death, ruins. That's really my cup of tea. We literally have 4 more books to go through. So I went to the works a while ago, and I didn't realise I've seen this series a lot. I've seen people rave about it, read about it, and give it kind of good opinions. So they had it for £10 and they knocked it down to 5. So I was like, do you know what? I'm gonna get it, because for £5 for free, you're basically not even paying for one full book. So we have Slated, Fractured, and Shattered by Terry. I think I pronounced that right. I'm sorry if I haven't. And this is having her mind wiped clean, leader, lord of government. And so this is like a very, I think it's a very, not trippy book, but it's a very interesting, with the having the mind kind of wiped and stuff like that. So I kind of look forward to getting into this one, and I finally just thought, if you're paying £5 and it's £6.99 or £7.99 a book, and it was £23.97 recommended retail price, I was just like, I'm gonna get it. So I got the whole free, and for the other 2 covers, they look like this, because it's hard to see them when they're all like this. And the next book I have is Win, Lose, Kill, Die Will Keep You Up at Night. And here's the author's name and stuff. So this is about where students are high achievers, and so what's happening? So a series of murders targeting the high achievers and stuff like that, and the pressure is on. So it's a mystery thriller and trying to find out who is killing the high achievers and stuff like that. So yeah, I kind of read the back and it kind of sounded really dark. So I kind of look forward to getting into this one. And oh, the book we just mentioned just now, which was Last One to Die, is by the same author as well. So this is her other book. So I'm not sure about the one I mentioned about Head Girl or something like that. Okay, so the last two books I've got are by the same author. I have read every book that this author has brought out. I've either borrowed them from the library, I've read them but not wanted to read them again, and then either sold them or got rid of them. But she released one last year that everyone was really hyped about, and it sounded so good. And then she released one recently, which I got, I think, again, the day after the release date. So the first one is I Know You Did It by Sue Wollman. And she did quite a lot of books in the past, like Lying About Last Summer, See How They Lie, Dead Popular, Your Turn to Die. So I've read all of the four. So this one is about. For this one, I'm just going to read you the blurb just because it's nice and short. On her first day at a new school, Ruby gets a message on her locker. I know you did it. She's terrified that someone knows she caused a little girl's death many years ago, an incident that haunts her still. But when students at the school start dying, Ruby realises she's being framed by another killer. That, or she might be next. So, and I love the cover. And each chapter is kind of like spray, kind of painted. Yeah, every book by this author I've loved and enjoyed, but not enough that I want to reread it again. It was just a one-off read, but because I've supported this author from the beginning, I wanted to get the other books, and I have to admit the covers are really nice and they are really pretty. So yeah, when I saw this cover, I fell in love and was like, I have to get a copy on the release day. The next book that she brought out, this is a Fake It Till You Kill Them, and this is such a good gal liar. This is such a good liar by Sue Wollman, and again the cover is really fucking pretty. So yeah, that's kind of. So Lydia is not really Lydia Cornwalls. So she goes on to an exclusive island populated by the ultra rich. She'll need to use her money, connections, and charms to earn her place among the close knit families that rule the island, that include the Harrington sisters, and Lydia simply can't wait to meet them. That's because Lydia's not really Lydia Cornwell, and the Harringtons have hell to pay for what they've done. So that sounds super good. And again, her other books are down here. We mentioned this one, and then she has these two. So yeah, that is my book haul for this year, 2022. Any support, subscribing, or anything would be much appreciated. And thank you for watching.